Hello everyone, welcome back to day 7 of our 30 days Python challenge. Today we are going to learn another powerful programming concept which is loops. But first, let me ask you a simple question. Imagine I ask you to print the word Python 5 times. You can write like this, like print Python 5 times. But what if I ask you to print Python 100 times? Would you write 100 print statements? Definitely no, right? That would be repetitive, difficulty to maintain, and a lot of unnecessary code. This is exactly where loops help us. A loop allows us to repeat block of code automatically without writing the same code again and again. Python mainly gives us two types of loops, the for loop and the while loop. Today we'll focus on for loop and tomorrow we'll try to learn while loop. So let's get started. First, what is a loop? A loop simply means repeat something again and again. We actually use this concept all the time in real life. Imagine you have five plants that needs to be watered. You first take the first plant and water it, then you move to the second one and do the same, and third do the same. Programming works in a very similar way. Instead of writing the same instructions again and again, we'll tell Python repeat this code for every item or for a certain number of times. For example, instead of writing like this, like print Python, we can write like this, like for I in range of 5 and then print Python. And Python will print print statement for 5 times. Same result. This is the powerful of loops concept. Our first program will write it. Suppose I want to print hello Python 5 times. I can write instead of hello Python for loop I can use just two lines of code printed or message 5 times. Now let's understand this code properly. First, we have the keyword for. For tells Python that we want to start a loop. Next we have I. Here I is a variable. During every repetition of the loop, it temporarily holds a value. Then we have int and after that range of 5. This gives Python a sequence of 5 values that the loop can go through. Finally, we have a colon and on the next line we have our print statement with indentation. Just like we learned if else statement, so everything is intended here for loop will be repeated. Let's understanding I. What is exactly happening to this variable I? Let's print and see. For I in range of 5, I'll print I. Can you guess the output? You might think it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But actually, the output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because by default, Python range starts counting from 0. So range 5 generates 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That gives us a total of 5 values. But notice something very important. The number 5 itself is not included. This is one of the most common important thing beginners need to remember when working with range. The stopping value is not included. So let's understanding the range a little better. If write for I in range of 5, this will print I and Python generates 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So you can think of it like this. Start from 0 and stop before 5. Now what if I want to print numbers from 1 to 5? For that I can give range two values, a starting value and a stop value. For number in range 1 to 6 and then print number. The output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1 is our starting value and 6 is our stopping value. But remember Python stops before 6. That's why our last number is 5. So range 1 to 6 means start at 1 and stop before 6. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now range has one more powerful useful option as well. We also call control how much the number changes during each iteration. This is called the step value. Let's say I want to print only even numbers from 2 to 10. I can write for number in range 2, 11, 2. Print number. When I run this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, it will print. Let's understand the three numbers inside range. The first number is 2 is our starting value. The second 11 is our stopping value. And then remember 11 is itself is not included here. And the third number 2 is our step value. It tells Python move forward by 2 every time. So Python goes to 2. 4, 6, 8, 10. So remember this pattern: range, start, stop, and step. Looping through a string is another important thing. Like for example, let's take for number or letter in Python, print letters. When I run this program, the output is Python. It will print one by one letter. What exactly happened? Python looks for the first character, then it is stored in temporarily in the variable letter and printed in. Then Python moved to while. So once there, we no more character, the loop stops automatically. So you think about a for loops like this. For each item in a sequence, do something. And then we can go with the list as well. For now, let's took like a small example. Like language, I'm printing Python, Swift and Java. When we run this program, the output is print Python, Swift, Java. And the print statement executes once for each item. Now let's make things more interesting. We are going to combine concepts from our previous lesson as well, like operators and conditions. So suppose if you wanted to print only the even numbers between 1 to 10, I can write like this: for number in range 1, 11, if number by 2 equals to 0, then print the number. Then our output will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And let's understand what's exactly happened. First, our for loop generates numbers from 1 to 10, and then remember we use 11 as the stop value because 11 itself is not included. So the first loop start with 1, then 2, then 3 and continues until 10. Then for every number our if statement checks this condition: number by 2 equals to 0. If a number divided by 2 has a remainder of 0, that number is even. So when number is 1, 1 modules 2 is not 0. So Python doesn't print input. When number becomes 2, 2 modules 2 is 0. The condition is 2. So Python print 6. This will repeat the value. Now let's use everything we have learned today to build a small project. Let's create a multiplication table generator. First, let's ask the user to enter a number. Number equals to input of enter a number. Remember from day 4 that input returns text, right? So we can use init to convert the user's input into an integer. Next, we create our for loop. For I in range 1 to 11, this gives 1 to 10, and then print number x comma I comma equals to number into I. So your complete programs looks like this. Now let's run. Suppose if I enter 5, Python gives me this table. Perfect, right? Let's look one more simple example to understand how a loop can calculate something repeatedly. We start with a variable called total and set it to 0. Then we loop through numbers from 1 to 15, like number in range 1 to 6, and finally we print the total values. Our complete code will look like this. The output is 15. Here what happens internally is total is 0, Python adds 1, total becomes 1, then it adds 2, then it becomes 3, like that. Before we go to today's challenge, let's quickly uh, uh, go back to the previous examples and try to remember what we have done for the previous 6 days. Now it's your turn. Here is your Python day 7 Python challenge. If you want to create your own program that prints all the even numbers from 1 to 20, but follow these 3 rules. You must use loop and range and if condition. Think about what we learned and try to implement this. So that's it for today. Let's quickly catch up for next video. Thank you.